Welcome back to Midnight Music. I'm your host, Thomas, with my co-host and/or other host.
Corey.
Today, we reviewed 24K Magic
Yep,
by
you're
Bruno
gonna hate me
Mars.
on this one.
Huh?
I said you're gonna hate me on this one.
That's fine. That's going to happen. That's inevitable.
You're right. You got any Bruno Mars background?
If you don't know Bruno, he's pretty major artist. He's got 72 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He's been around for quite some time, I feel like. I mean, yeah. If you don't know
I
him,
guess
go
he's
check
getting
him
up to
out.
about 20 years.
He has been around for a while. I feel like, yeah.
No, that's not right. What I just said.
It's definitely not. But I was just
15.
gonna let it slide.
Probably about 15.
That sounds about right. Anyways, Bruno Mars, 24K Magic, came out in 2016. That'd be November 17th, 2016. 9 songs, 33 minutes and 32 seconds. So, are you ready to start this?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just go into Thomas's tier list, which has to be explained.
It does. Thomas's tier list right here, right now. We have 4 tiers. We have no, should not listen to this at all. 1 time, you should listen to this 1 time when you're listening to the album. Yes, you should listen to this and add it to the playlist, and for life. And that means that you can have this on a playlist, and even 30, 40, 50 years from now, it'll still have some goodness to it to where you'll not hate it completely and actually enjoy it. So, okay. I am ready to get into it. First song is 24K. I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that he released early on.
24K Magic? Yeah, 100%. I think it is fine. It's overplayed, and yeah, it's overplayed.
I think it is overplayed for what it is.
Yeah, it's not that spectacular enough to get as many plays as it gets.
I mean, it's almost at 1.5 billion.
Yeah, and that doesn't account for radio numbers.
That does not. That's just Spotify plays. That being said, I do like the song, and I do see its appeal and do enjoy it. So I have it at the very top of yes, reaching into for life. Because I do see the appeal of it. I just don't know if it'll hold up. As you said, it's been overplayed. And sometimes with these overplayed albums, after years have gone by, because we listened to that one album that was actually like 20 years old or something like that. We both agreed on a song that was like really overplayed, but we're like, now that we're listening back to it, it's a fucking amazing song because it's not been drilled into us constantly. And that might happen with 24K. I just don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know.
And that's the issue.
I mean, technically, like listening to it, it sounds good, but just hearing it makes me want to cry.
Yeah. Well, once again, I was 16 when this song came out, and you were 15. Yep. We're both in high school. And so, I mean, it was one of those things where it was just overplayed as shit. Hell, we probably heard this at one of the school events that we went to or some shit.
This was playing.
But anyways, next song called Chunky.
Thomas, can you explain what the song is about? Just for my pure enjoyment.
It's about you.
Nice.
You're welcome. Oh, I fucked it up. Hold on. It's fine. It's about, I'm pretty sure, him liking chunkier females. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they don't like chunky women, which is fine. Like, don't we all? But like, why are we making songs about this?
I don't know. It was a vibe. I was vibing.
It was.
I enjoyed it.
It played much like the next song. It was on.
I don't like the next song as much as this one, but I did have this, and yes, I do see its appeal. I do see a reason for it to be on a playlist.
I don't know.
I enjoyed it, especially if like.
That's fair. If you like chunky women, it's probably.
I can see the appeal of people like really wanting to keep this on their playlist, like the sound appeal.
You think it's that good?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't agree with the next one, which is Perm. Perm is lower on my yes list. It is still a yes, but once again, it's Bruno Mars. Honestly, I can say now that there's nothing in no, and almost one song went into one time, but outside of that. And it didn't. It's not even touching one time. It's just at the very edge.
From this album?
From this album. But it's very, very close. Everything else sits in yes or for life. Which I actually only have one that sits fully in for life. But
these were boring. And perm needs to be just like the perm you do to your hair and just not happen. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah, it's a fine song. It's a different song from Chunky, but I mean, it's just Bruno being Bruno, and I don't hate it. So
That's fair.
now, that's what I like is the next song,
I like the song.
and
I don't
that's
know.
what I like.
I don't know if I could listen to it forever, but this one didn't hit the overplayed button yet. I quite like
And
it.
it is actually the most listened to song on the album with
believe it.
2.1 billion.
And I think I've just lucked out and just have not had it blurred into my ears. But it's also kind of graphic, so I wouldn't have heard it when we were in school. Like it's not graphic language wise, but like what it's talking about is.
It is,
And
but
they would not have played
isn't.
it in school.
I mean, we heard worse though. We heard
but
worse
not through a
songs.
school
Like,
speaker.
I mean, I guess that's true. But that's what I like sits in for life. It is
Oh, yeah.
the only one that sits fully in for life.
That's fair.
Because I see the appeal. I understand why it's so big. And I even see, even if it was a little overplayed for me, that 30 years down the line, once this comes on, I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? Oh, I'm jamming. I'm vibing. I'm
Yeah.
in it. I'm good.
I agree. Yeah,
So-
it's pretty good.
We go on to Versace on the Floor.
Which I think I've heard this before. I kind
I've
of like this
definitely
song.
heard this before.
I like
and it is actually the third most played song
Yeah,
on the album with 827 million.
I figured it would
listens.
be. I like this song.
But I've definitely heard this song, and I definitely don't hate the song. It sits just underneath 24K Magic at the top of Yes. It's a good song. It's definitely better than Chunky and definitely better than Perm. So I have no qualms with putting it where I'm putting it. 24K I think is the debatable one there on is it better than that? And I think with it being overplayed 24K, I think there is an argument for putting Versace on the Floor above it. But they're both neck and neck, nevertheless, in my opinion. Do you agree? Disagree?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I like it probably as much as I like That's What I Like.
Really?
It was entertaining.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. We're gonna go on to Straight Up and Down, which
I forgot existed.
Yes, and it is the least liked song on this list.
I could tell.
Some of the songs, like That's What I Like, Versace on the Floor, 24K Magic, even if you don't like the song itself, it still grabs your ear and lets you know it's there.
Yeah.
Whereas Straight Up and Down came and went right out the door. It came in, said hi, dropped off the groceries, and left. Like that's what it was.
Yep, just like that.
And
like a fucking one night stand with a prostitute.
And you were in the restroom, and you didn't even know you dropped it off. You came into the kitchen, and all of a sudden the groceries are there. You're like, where did these groceries come from?
She got up out your bed and she pieced out in the middle of the night.
It's like,
with
what happened?
your wallet.
It's like, what happened?
Exactly.
So, for those reasons, Straight Up and Down goes in the very bottom of Yes, and it will stay at the very bottom of Yes. Then going on to Calling All My Lovelies, which is actually the least played song on this album.
What was he saying? He was saying Ishas? Was that what he kept rhyming with? He started naming off names and rhyming them with like a suffix of a name, like an Isha or some shit.
Yeah.
Awful.
He also then had a Halle Berry ringtone in this.
You did say that. Is that Halle Berry? You said this.
That's what he says.
Oh, he said it was. He said it was Halle Berry.
It literally says, "Hey,
I didn't.
Sorry, I
like
missed your call. Whatever. I'm almost guaranteed."
I thought you were going off
Halle
the voice
Berry.
because I didn't hear her say Halle Berry. I thought you just said that off
Halle
the
Berry,
voice.
and then I heard that voicemail. I'm pretty sure. So that's why I was like,
I don't know.
I'm pretty confident that's what happened. Anyways, I do think this is better than Straight Up and Down because at least it had my attention. I actually think it's better than Perm also. I don't think it's better than Chunky. And it's got its appeals of like calling out, like I said, Halle Berry, and also kind of having. He has a little bit of fun with the music in this song, but like not a lot.
Yeah,
it all sounds very similar.
It does, and that's a big problem.
So that's fine. We then go on to Finesse, which
I think I liked this one.
I liked this one also. This is the only other one that actually is touching her life.
I think I liked this song.
and I was 50-50 on it. And I think I'm going to put it in For Life at the very bottom.
Ooh, at the very bottom of For Life.
So it does go above 24K Magic.
I can live with that.
But it is a very, very good song. And I do really enjoy it.
I can live with that.
So, and then it's Too Good to Say Goodbye, which honestly,
Goodbye.
goodbye. That song was.
It wasn't too good to say goodbye. It was quite bad. It was too bad to say goodbye. I should have just left.
It was okay at best, right? I'd say it probably sat just above Calling All My Lovelies.
That's crazy.
But I mean, it's not great in any means. I mean, literally, the only songs I would absolutely you put on a list would be That's What I Like, Finesse, Versace on the Floor, and if you don't feel like 24K Magic's been overplayed, then 24K Magic.
Yeah.
But everything else is up to dealer choice. I do see the appeal. I do see why people would have it on there. I don't think it's going to last the tail of time.
No, probably not.
So
a lot of this album. Well, I don't think this will be the album that they're like, oh look, like in you, because I know this one was really famous. Yeah, I know this one was like really big with his songs, but this would not be the one that they when he dies. This isn't the first album they're playing.
Oh no, they're playing
the
Unorthodox Jukebox.
Yeah, they're playing other ones. Like this isn't on there. This is like Michael Jackson's last album. Like it's not that's not the one you hear about. You hear about the other ones.
Right. So with all that being said, final thoughts.
Honestly disappointing.
The one thing I will say that I do enjoy about Bruno Mars's albums is that they're short.
That is nice, which shows dedication.
I do actually really enjoy that because that either means he's dedicating a lot of time to these songs to make sure that they sound good and appealing to the ear, which, I wasn't offended by any of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that any of them should be a one-time listen.
Yep.
So I think he did a good job there. And at the same time, I feel like it's more focused, concentrated, kind of. He's really focusing on, maybe if it's not even the music he's focusing on, he's focusing on the lyrical sound of it.
Yep.
So I do really give Bruno props for having now 2 back-to-back very short albums that we've listened to. I don't hate that. Not saying I hate long albums, but a lot of times with long albums, it gets to a point where it's
where we're doing nothing.
This sounds the same.
Yeah.
This is the very similar but different message maybe, and lyrically is not great kind of thing. Whereas this, it sounds decent. Lyrically, it's okay. And it's short and it's sweet. You have no songs in here that are over 5 minutes. So it keeps it moving. And I like that.
Correct.
So, with that being said, ratings.
You pointed at me.
Yes, because I'm the host.
Cool. Well, I didn't like the album. It was boring to say the least. A lot of it sounded like, they were different songs. You could tell when stuff was changing for the most part, but it was just, I don't know, it was nothing. Coming from an Unorthodox Jukebox to this.
We did listen to Unorthodox Jukebox, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And this is night and day.
But even then, had I not just reheard that again, I know Bruno Mars' music well enough to know that this is the stuff that I don't like.
Yeah.
And with that,
That's not what I like.
It's not what I like. And with that, it's getting 3.
3 is crazy.
I wasn't done. Getting a 3 point, because you opened up your mouth, a 3.4. It was going to be a higher pointage, but you said something, so it got lowered.
I don't
care. 3.4 jukeboxes out of 10 24K Magics. And fuck yourself. I don't like this album. It was honestly, it was dog shit. It really was. It was bad. Like, it was nothing. It was kind of a blend of genres, which isn't terrible, but it was just, I didn't feel that focused in a sense, and also a lot of it was kind of whatever. Like, that's what I like in 24K Magic. They're not all too dissimilar.
Oh no, they're very similar.
Which is kind of a problem.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is just, like I said, like we said, this is not the one that you're gonna come to when Bruno Mars passed away. This just isn't it. You're not coming to this album, and especially because right after the album finished playing, it started playing Gorilla, and I was just like, I like this song more than I like any other song in this album.
Gorilla is an insane song to go to right after this album,
and that's tough.
It was a tough.
That's tough.
Tough listen.
Because if that one song off Unorthodox does that for me, then that's just why even bother?
Yeah.
That's where I stand. 3.4.
So you got a 3.4. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. No, 6.4. That way we're both 4s.
You can be
24.
a 0.5.
How about this? 6.8.
Okay, you can
because
be
you opened up your big mouth.
I was just telling you to keep your
6.8.
original score. Fine, be a
6.9.
You can be that.
I'm not giving it a 7.
Yeah, that's
6.8.
7's crazy.
So 24K Magics out of 10 jukeboxes.
Cool.
So that gives us, give me a second.
He's calculating.
Calculating.
He's calculating.
5.1. So just over average.
And I will say that you guys got that because of
Magics.
Thomas's high score.
I think
Because I promise you,
I have given my
definitely not a
reasons.
5.
I've given my reasons why. It is
it's
short
a 5
and sweet.
combined. It is not a 5 in
It
general.
is short and sweet.
It is short and sweet.
It has 4 out of the 9 good songs, which is just under half, that are actually decent and actually really good.
Yeah.
And the other 5 are not terrible. They're bad. They're not terrible.
Yeah.
I don't feel like my ears are bleeding listening to them.
That's fair.
So
Have
5.1.
your ears ever bled
5.1 is average.
from listening to something?
I don't think so.
I was about to say, that means you were probably attacked by some type of fucking mutant. Fucking ears start bleeding.
You never know. You know what else you never know about?
The subscribe button.
It seems like it, because all of our viewers don't subscribe, and they really should subscribe. It's a red button right underneath the YouTube video.
They're watching
all you got to
it.
do is just make it gray, and all you have to do that is click it.
That's
and
it.
then you can mute the notifications, keep the notifications where they're currently at,
Yerp.
or turn them on to where you get notified on every single one of these.
Yerp.
That way you're aware of when these Monday or Midnight Music Mondays come out.
Yep.
Of what the new episode is, and if you want to watch it.
Because when do they come out?
That's it. It comes out Monday, approximately 10
a.m.-ish hour?
10 a.m. Central Standard
Time?
So, I mean, if you're interested in that kind of thing.
What time does it come out on Spotify?
Whenever you upload it, I think.
No, so what happens is sometimes if I have enough time to, I can upload it and then get it scheduled, and then they can take their time to process it. Other times, like with our latest review for the Deadpool, is I uploaded it 2 hours before the YouTube version even went live, and it didn't get approved until fucking days later.
That's crazy.
So it's probably up there now, but damn, man. Isn't that cool?
These should be up about the same time, because you'll have
hopefully, yeah, I have plenty of time that they should be up at the same time.
This episode should come out right around that Halloween time.
If I keep them in order and don't get them confused.
If you keep them in order and don't get them confused, which is very unlikely. So.
Yeah, because we haven't been numbering them or shit.
They're not dated at all.
Yep.
So.
Fun for us.
Well, we don't need them dated.
Yeah, so maybe this could be the Halloween one.
Actually, Jesus Christ. They are kind of dated.
Oh.
If you go to the tier lists, which viewers can go there and fill out their own tier list and share it with us to say, hey, this is what I thought of the album. The tier list actually tells you when the template was last modified, which it won't be modified after the date it's made.
True. I can also tell what they are because you have a notebook that has them all in order.
That is also true. But anyways, like we were saying about the subscribe button, make sure you hit it. It's such a little thing, and it helps us out a lot.
Or at least lets us know what we're doing.
Subscribe, share with your friends. Hell, if you think your grandma needs to know about 24K Magic, you're like, Grandma, I want you to know about this, but I don't want you to waste 30 minutes of your time. So I want you to go watch this YouTube video, which is about 20 minutes of your time.
I was about to say, it's like, is this one 30 minutes long?
No, it's not. About 20 minutes of your time.
And Grandma, we know you got at least 20 left.
We love the grannies.
Huh?
We love the grannies.
Say it with your chest.
We love the grannies.
Thomas loves the grannies.
Everybody can love.
Okay.
Grannies.
Yeah. Say it.
The mothers.
Say it.
The people around my age.
I
have to be careful. I know what I'm doing.
I was just waiting for it. I was like, this is gonna be a crazy thing.
Yeah. But share it.
Yep.
And enjoy it.
Yep.
And leave a comment on what you'd like to see. We do this kind of podcast, but we also do movie podcasts. If you guys want to see us do other kind of podcasts or even just other kind of content, if you guys think it'd be funny for us to do some fucking stupid thing IRL, then we might do it. Suggest it. You never know.
IRL stands for in real life.
You should have seen the face he made when he did
Just
that.
like that. So what I'm going to need you guys to do is I'm going to need you guys to go to Instagram also at Midnight Critics. Probably go to Twitter, now known as X. We're on there
Midnight
sometimes.
Critic.
Midnight Critic. Go to TikTok because it exists and it is the Midnight Critics.
I'm about to say, which one is it?
It's that.
All right.
And then go to. That's it. Go home.
Then go home.
Yeah, go home. I'm sick of you guys being out all the time. You've been out too much
Is that
today.
streetlight out?
Go home. Exactly.
You better get your ass home.
That street light cut on. You better be inside the house.
I already know. I know by the street light.
Yeah.
I know by that street
It
light.
ain't no games.
It ain't no games.
Now, if you in the hood and your street light broken,
your ass
you better
be
start
in the
running.
house. Oh yeah, your street light broken. You might as well just stay inside.
Yeah, you might as well not go out
But
there.
you better not make
'cause
noise.
You know better.
Because
Exactly.
you're gonna get kicked outside.
Exactly. That TV
And
on.
then you got to decide
Yeah.
when the street light will be on.
Yeah.
And how you gonna do that?
It was crazy them waking up at 7 a.m. on a summer morning and saying, get dressed and go outside. It was crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy
thing to say. It's a
brutality.
crazy thing to say, right? All right.
My kids will be outside. Alrighty. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, have a
Goodbye.
good night.